Rain slicks the shattered streets of Gotham's most infamous corridor, Park Row, now smeared red with the name Crime Alley. In chilling blue hues, a young Bruce Wayne kneels between the lifeless bodies of his parents. Innocence broken in an instant. Years later, in the claustrophobic glow of a red-lit car, Batman drives with a wounded man. Thoughts overwhelm him. Was it my decision? Or Hush's? Back then, it was a woman cutting through the chaos. Not Alfred, a stranger. A savior. Leslie Tompkins burst through the door of her clinic, urgency in every breath. Years ago, she ran towards the echo of gunfire, found a boy, broken but breathing. She didn't ask questions. She just acted. That's who she is. Now, older but unshaken, she returns each year to the place that changed them both. A single rose marks the anniversary. Bruce trusts her. Few people know my secrets. Even fewer speak to me as she does. Batman carries a broken body into the cramped clinic. Leslie recoils. She warns him she's not equipped for this. I know, he says, but he brought the man anyway. She demands to know why. Batman keeps it simple. You were closer. She sees through it. This isn't just about proximity. It's about secrecy, shame. He didn't want to be seen with him. Batman says nothing. The man on the table is a message from Hush, carved in flesh. Batman needs every ounce of Leslie's skill, and someplace unexpected. The body hits the table. Leslie recoils. Joker, stripped of his madness and malice, torn open and pale. Batman speaks the truth as he sees it. I knew all you care about is saving lives, even his. X-rays flicker across cold monitors. Fractured ribs, ruptured organs, a ticking clock. Leslie's hands tremble. She needs better tools, more time, but Batman's voice cuts through her doubt. Just do your best. He wonders if bringing the Joker here was a mistake. Joker suddenly awakens with blood gushing. He's waking up. Leslie panics. Don't you have any bat gas in that ridiculous belt of yours? Batman grabs a syringe with reluctance. One injection, enough to knock Joker into a coma, but maybe enough to kill him too. Hush. Always pulling the strings. Leslie flinches. What the hell is that? Batman answers without looking at her. Exactly what you asked for. As Joker slumps under the drug's grip, Leslie sets to work. She motions Batman aside. Take a seat. This is gonna be a while. He tries to argue. She shuts him down. And so he does, folding into the shadows, cloaked in silence and doubt. Red. Blistering, violent red. Bruce is lost in the memory of the promise to rid his city of the evil, the kind with painted smiles and hollow laughter. The Joker's face floods his mind, morphing from mockery to nightmare. Bruce. The word pulls him back. Leslie's voice, urgent, panicked. Bruce, wake up! He jolts, dazed and wide-eyed. Is he dead? Joker still breathes. Barely. It's almost noon. He's still asleep. Whatever you gave him probably saved him. Though he needs to be moved to a real hospital, somewhere with proper care that would accept him. Batman offers one word. Arkham. Leslie shuts that idea down. She steps in close, stripping away the cowl with her words. Well then, Bruce, you know where that leaves you. Batman acknowledges it. He saved Joker's life, just as Tommy Elliot intended. Back in the Batcave, Joker lies restrained and breathing through machines. Batman sits before a glowing display of Joker's brain, the prefrontal cortex ablaze with chaos. He's not just studying a man, he's studying a force of nature. To anticipate him, to think like him. Joker stirs. Batman watches, coldly. I could have left you, dropped you in the bay, found an open grave. Batman knows Hush thinks this is a game. They're at war. One Bruce refuses to lose. Close scans reveal a truth even Batman never expected. Joker's skin, chemically stripped of pigmentation. Not a mask, not grease paint. It's as if it were dead. There are no fingerprints, no identifying features. Batman stares at the blank slate of Joker's hand, then his feet. The man is a ghost. Who would care if you just disappeared. Batman barely registers the click of the gun behind his head. A voice follows. So, it's true. A gun presses against Batman's temple, the intruder cold, precise, and fully prepared to pull the trigger. Batman's instincts flare. The worst parts. Explaining. The man behind the weapon knows him too well. Every contingency, every blind spot. Your exit was my entrance. Batman calmly lays out the truth. My cowl is reinforced. Fire that gun and it'll jam or explode. But the gun shifts to Joker. He's not bulletproof. The weapon fires as Bruce grabs at the shooter's arm. Chaos erupts. The Batcave's power grid overloads from the shots. Lights die. Countdown begins. 20 seconds until the systems reboot. In that time, everything can change. Red emergency lighting bathes the cave in violent contrast. Muzzle flashes strobe in the dark. Batman lunges, battling the masked assailant. His voice muffled, but his movements too familiar. Tommy Elliott's chessboard gains a new player. One Batman's fought before, but this time it's different. This attacker doesn't mimic. He moves like the real one. Seconds tick down. Batman needs something unpredictable. He dives for a fallen weapon. 5 seconds. He whirls, fires. 4. A clean shot, not to kill, just enough. A grazing blow, shattering the attacker's mask. 3. A familiar face, cracked and furious. 2. Bold move, the red-hooded figure sneers. Let's end this. 1. They crash together as the power roars back to life. The face before Batman is unmistakable now. Jason, the second Robin, murdered by Joker, resurrected by Ra's al Ghul, but never truly returned. The two men hold guns to each other with fingers on the trigger. Jason growls through gritted teeth. You had to be sure. He knows everything. The games with Hush, the mind games with Clayface. You played me, Jason spits. Just like tonight. Tension snaps. Jason presses the gun tighter. Drop the gun. We both know you're never gonna shoot. But I will. Batman pleads. You're not angry at Joker. He was just the weapon. Jason can't hear him. Not past the memory of the crowbar. Not past the pain. I can still feel it. The fight explodes again. Fists fly. Blood spills. Jason lands a brutal hit. Go ahead. Take it out on me. Batman counters with a painful truth. You believe it was me who got you killed. The Batcave echoes with that accusation and the roar of bats as Batman spears Red Hood into the Batmobile. Batman clutches Jason with shaking restraint, desperate to reach him. You were my partner, my Robin. The words hang heavy between them, soaked in years of grief. Jason, battered and conflicted, lets the pain surface. You were supposed to protect me. Bruce agrees. He never should have put Jason in harm's way. It was his job to keep the young Robin safe. His alone. Jason's broken mask reveals the boy who once trusted Bruce. But the moment is shattered. How could you save the Joker's life? He yells out before bashing Batman's head in. Beneath the great ticking face of the Gotham Clock Tower, Batgirl and Nightwing sit in secret, lit only by the glow of monitors and the weight of what's unraveling. Nightwing's concern cuts in. How did he get in here? Barbara's reply is simple. She let him in. Confusion shifts to disbelief as Nightwing presses harder. Doesn't she realize who he is? Does he know where she lives? But Barbara holds him. Riddler's no fool. He's smarter than Nightwing or anyone gives him credit for. And she knows what it feels like to be underestimated. The two go back and forth, with it now being clear they can trust no one else now. Then the question hangs in the air. Why would you help us? Riddler answers simply, because you don't understand Hush like I do. Riddler stands inside a chamber of legacy, the suits of Gotham's defenders looming like ghosts behind glass. He speaks confidently. You'll need all the help you can get, Dick. You and Babs, even Bruce. Back to the scene of the earlier fight. The Batcave is in ruins and silent. Batman awakens, alone, bloodied and confused. Rubble surrounds him. The Batmobile is gone. Jason is gone. How long was I out? He wonders. The weight of Jason's final words crashes into him. He wasn't here to kill the Joker. He was here for something else. Batman studies the wreckage and finally sees the hand behind the curtain. Jason is working with Hush.